is a process of decisions podcast. This is Trent Thomas, your recovery peer support specialist. Tonight's episode is entitled Mercy from God in Recovery. Mercy is defined as forgiveness shown towards someone whom it is within your power to punish. God is a God of mercy, thus making mercy a chief attribute, a quality that defines him. As creator, he has the power to erase anything and anyone, meaning God could not only destroy an entity, but cause the memory of that entity to cease to exist. He could completely erase anybody. Yet, with this immense power, he decides to compensate and compromise, to forgive, assist, and rehabilitate. He enjoins immense mercy and permits recovery. The gift of recovery is a distinct part of God's inner makeup. He cannot ignore sin, so he permits consequences for bad decision and then gives the opportunity to learn from these bad decisions and permits healing and rehabilitation. He actually lifts you up and dusts you off, all so you can walk again. God has ordained recovery as an integral part of man's life exercise. In our very DNA is the ability to heal and recover, an opportunity to get better. We were created to do better, never remaining the same, but rather to increase in our intelligence, to increase in our physical ability. With training, we can perfect our abilities, thus getting better and better. We have living examples of physical excellence, such as Michael Jordan and Muhammad Ali, men who increased their skills to become better and better, besting their contemporaries to a level we call great. This example of greatness is by God's design and thus is, in fact, God ordained. Man was created to recover, to do better, to become the greatest version of ourselves. There is no limit to how great we can become because with God, all things are possible and achievable. For me, I use what he has done for me to obtain the courage to go through what is before me. I find joy in the knowledge that I have already been saved. I often use the term joy because joy is a biblical phrase. It is derived from the comfort and warmth that comes from God and not our circumstances. Joy is found in rejoice. The Apostle Paul admonished in his writing when he was incarcerated in an extremely difficult situation. He wrote that he was pressed beyond measure when he cries out for the mercy that only God can give. God grants mercy so you could then show mercy to others. The greater the pressure, the greater the relief of mercy from our God. The greater mercy shown us, the greater the expectation put upon us to show mercy to others. Most often, the pressure comes before the blessing. It's not where you're at, it's where you are headed. Sometimes your enemy knows what you are capable of. In other words, they may have more faith in you than you have in yourself. The expectation of your greatness can be seen by your enemies and inspire their opposition against you. The pressure from your enemies can incite God's measure of mercy. His mercy can come in all forms. Sometimes his mercy can be seen in his extra measure of strength or patience. God's mercy can also be delivered in what he protects us from, the things we do not have to go through, the diseases we do not suffer from. God's mercy is immense, and his expression of this mercy is truly awe inspiring. God's appointment of mercy is beyond what we can imagine. Our prayer should be thanking God for his undeserved mercy daily, as his acts of mercy are issued each and every day of our lives. Each morning we are awakened alive in our right mind is an act of mercy initiated by our God. Our God is an immense God of mercy. I, for one, am extremely grateful and soulfully thankful for the undeserved mercy of my God. This is Trent Thomas on another Recovery is a Process of Decisions podcast. You can now subscribe to this podcast and receive special in-depth episodes for subscribers only, as well as a private personal email account to communicate directly with me for comments and show suggestions. In addition, I will be doing podcast shout-outs to all those subscribers who request shout-outs. As always, your inspiring comments can be left at transnetrecover.com/podcast. Please feel free to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. #TransNetRecover. Thank you.